For a high-quality kicking topspin serve, the peak of the second bounce should be far beyond the end of the table, making it hard for the opponent to use your pace. Many amateur players struggle with the topspin sidespin serve. Typically, a good serve is considered one with so much backspin that the opponent can't loop it. But the standard for a good topspin sidespin serve is making it impossible for your opponent to push, the ball will pop up. If you lack this topspin sidespin technique, your opponent can push, hit, loop, or flick any ball you serve, easily putting you on the defensive. No matter how you vary your serves, the opponent can always just push the ball back. Here's a tip: if you've been playing for 1 or 2 years and want to beat opponents with over 3 years of experience, you must master topspin serves. If you only use backspin, it's hard to develop the feel for the ball needed at that level. First point: for any topspin sidespin serve, you must not brush the bottom of the ball. As soon as you contact the bottom of the ball, even with sidespin, it will not generate a topspin effect, and your opponent can push it back. Why do penhold players find it easier to serve high-quality topspin sidespin? Because they naturally brush the side of the ball. As shakehand players, we tend to contact more of the bottom of the ball than the side. The reason your racket faces flat is because your contact point is too high. For instance, at chest level. In a normal stance, it's almost impossible to keep your racket vertical. Only by lowering your contact point to your stomach level can your racket face naturally become more vertical. So, we understand that for any serve, hook, reverse pendulum, or pendulum, the starting point of your motion should be at your abdomen, not the end point. The problem for many players is that their motion starts high and to the side, ending at the abdomen. This will always produce a backspin serve. The correct way is to start the motion here at your stomach. This is your point of contact. Then, generate force and brush upwards. That's a true topspin sidespin serve. Whether it's a hook serve or a pendulum serve, the starting point should be at your stomach. Second point is the direction of force. Forearm moving up creates topspin sidespin, forearm moving down creates backspin sidespin. If there's any downward motion at the moment of contact, even if you follow with an upward motion, the backspin and topspin forces will cancel out, and the result will still be a backspin serve. Therefore, at the instant of contact with the ball, your forearm's trajectory must be upwards. You're simply using different grips to execute the same upward motion. If you have a downward motion, it will neutralize the subsequent upward force, and the two spins will cancel each other out. So remember, for a hook serve, hook and brush upwards. For a pendulum serve, contact the ball and brush upwards. The push is the most consistent shot in table tennis, so your first goal must be to serve a ball they can't push back. You have to learn the topspin sidespin serve, even if your backspin sidespin is already very good. The service motion should be backswing, and at the moment of contact, use your forearm to generate force and move upwards. A hook serve requires a horizontal backswing, then forward and upward force. A pendulum serve requires pulling back parallel, then moving forward and upward. When serving topspin sidespin, don't raise your backswing too high, because a high backswing naturally creates a downward swing angle. For both hook and pendulum serves, do not lift your elbow, shoulder, or forearm during the backswing. Use your elbow's height as a reference point. Pull back from there, then generate force forward and upward. If you swing up on your backswing, you will serve backspin sidespin. A simple instruction: for a hook serve, keep it at elbow height and pull back horizontally. For a pendulum serve, at elbow height, pull back behind you. As long as you ensure your forearm stays on a horizontal plane during the backswing and you drive forward and up, you can produce a topspin sidespin serve. The key to differentiating short and long serves: after a parallel backswing, brushing upwards in place will result in a short serve. It's the same for a hook serve. A quick flick of the wrist and fingers in place creates a short serve. A long serve, on the other hand, involves pushing forward while simultaneously lifting and brushing upwards. Just master 3 key points: 1. Brush the side of the ball, 2. Have a parallel backswing, and 3. Generate force forward first, then upward. If you get these 3 things right, you will definitely be able to serve a topspin sidespin ball. Here's another great method to help you get the feel for a long topspin sidespin serve. You can start by practicing the feeling of a forehand rush serve. which involves a backswing and then driving force forward. First, get the feel of this backswing to forward motion. Then, keeping this exact motion, just change your grip to a pendulum serve grip and drive forward from behind in the same way. Then switch to a hook serve grip, again with the identical motion. This will produce a topspin sidespin serve. To add more spin, build on this foundation by using your forearm, fingers, and wrist to add a sharp upward lift at the moment of contact, imparting instant friction on the ball. Regardless of the grip, the direction of force and the spatial trajectory are the same. Drive forward from behind and lift up at contact. If you serve this way, it will be very difficult for your opponent to push it back down. Once you increase the speed, your opponent won't be able to attack it aggressively. It's impossible for them to push this kind of topspin sidespin serve back. If they try to hit it hard, the ball will likely go out. Their only option is a soft block, which gives you an opportunity to attack. Any attempt to apply power to this serve will almost certainly result in an error. If they can successfully attack it, it means your serve lacks sufficient speed and spin. With enough speed and spin on your serve, your opponent won't dare to attack forcefully. After a few errors, they'll resort to a passive block to get the ball back. So, the goal of a good topspin sidespin serve isn't to get an immediate ace. It's to prevent a quality return, thereby creating an opportunity for your next ball attack. Once they block it, you can attack directly. You can tell them it's topspin, and they still won't have a good way to handle it. That's a good service tactic. Similarly, when you serve a hook backspin, it's very difficult for them to attack directly, so their only option is to push. Their loops also tend to go into the net frequently. If they can only push, you can use heavy spin and friction to initiate your attack. That's a tactic. A common mental trap for amateurs is always trying to win the point outright with the serve, which is unrealistic. The main purpose of a serve is to disrupt the opponent's rhythm and create an opportunity for your third ball attack. If it's topspin, I attack. If it's backspin, I loop. As long as I don't miss, I can win many points with this one tactic. The back-to-front motion we just practiced involves more hitting than brushing. Against an opponent who is excellent at pushing, you can't serve a slow topspin sidespin, as they might be able to control it. You must serve a fast topspin sidespin, they will be 100% unable to push that ball. But against a very solid defensive player who just stands and blocks, you need to serve with heavy spin to prevent a quality return, then attack the second ball. So, you must choose your tactic based on the opponent. Against slow players who like to hit hard, use a fast topspin sidespin to rush them. Against a player with a stable stance who excels at defending, use a mix of long and short serves with heavy spin and deception. You need to choose between speed and spin, deciding which is the priority. A fast topspin sidespin like this is about 70% impact and 30% brush. For a heavy spin topspin sidespin, the ratio of impact to brush can be 50-50. You must decide based on your opponent whether you need a pure spin serve or a high-speed one. I recommend that amateur players first practice the fast topspin sidespin. Ensuring speed is key. Maintain speed, just as you would when serving a rush serve. Next, I'll teach you a secret technique that works for both left and right sidespin, for both penhold and shakehand. The trick is to brush the backside of the ball. This spot is located between the very side and the very back of the ball. Brushing only the back of the ball results in a rush serve with not enough spin. Brushing only the pure side makes the serve too slow. So, you need to contact this backside area. This gives you forward impact, and the final wrist snap adds the sidespin friction, turning it into a high-quality topspin sidespin serve. The motion is hit, then lift. Impact first, then brush upwards. The same principle applies to the hook serve. Don't brush the pure side or the pure back, but rather the backside. Many players can't serve fast because they contact too much on the side, while contacting too much on the back turns it into a simple rush serve. So for a hook serve, you also need to contact that backside point. First hit it, then brush it. Hitting the side of the ball generates speed. After you have speed, lifting upwards makes the ball kick aggressively off the table. The reason my hook serve kicks so much is that I contact the backside of the ball, giving it both impact force and a final lifting motion from my wrist. For a high-quality kicking topspin serve, the peak of the second bounce should be far beyond the end of the table, making it hard for the opponent to use your pace. Amateur serves don't kick like this. The peak of the bounce is often still over the table, giving the opponent ample time and space to hit down on it. You can practice this, see if the peak of the second bounce of your topspin sidespin serve can be about 1 meter past the end of the table. If it can, you've mastered it. Finally, here is a secret technique for short serves. When serving a short topspin sidespin, don't expect the opponent to just pop it up from a push. For long serves, we emphasize speed. For short serves, we must emphasize deception. When serving a short forehand topspin sidespin, you must make it look like a backspin sidespin serve. Therefore, this serve should be executed with a soft touch. When the opponent touches a serve like this, the return will likely be a no-spin, half-high ball that you can attack directly. Everyone from beginners to world champions uses this tactic. The key isn't to make the short serve super spinny, because a very spinny ball is easier to pop up high, allowing the opponent to attack. Fundamentally, this serve is just a gentle touch, but you must use your body language and expression to deceive the opponent. Even though it's topspin, your motion must make the opponent think you're generating heavy backspin. This serve has a very low trajectory, making it difficult for them to flick with speed. You should add a foot stomp and bend your waist to look like you're using maximum effort. The key motion is, push the ball forward, then pretend to chop down hard with your arm, combined with a foot stomp and a low stance. This makes the serve look very much like backspin sidespin. This is the correct mindset for serving a short topspin sidespin, rather than just trying to make them pop it up, which is very difficult to do with a pendulum serve. You should serve this deceptive ball and then be ready to attack the return. Of course, you must also occasionally mix in 1 or 2 real backspin serves. When serving a short topspin sidespin, move your racket forward horizontally. Don't lift up, as this will cause the ball to go high. A ball sent flat like this will pop up if they push it, and if they try a long push, they are likely to make an error. If you just gently push it over, the opponent will see right through it. So, after contacting the ball, you must add a fake, powerful downward chopping motion, combined with body language, to make it look more like backspin. This trick is very effective. Your serves must be deceptive, don't be too honest with your movements. For example, after a topspin serve, drop your wrist down. After a backspin serve, lift your wrist up. This will confuse opponents at your level. The problem for many players is that their motions for topspin, backspin, long, and short serves are too obviously different. As soon as you start your motion, they know if it's long or short. If you use a big backswing but serve short, I guarantee they won't react in time. You must practice making your long and short serve motions identical. This way, your opponent will either be slow to step in for the short ball or get jammed by the long one. My coach used to say, if you're comfortable, your opponent is comfortable. If you're playing uncomfortably, your opponent will be uncomfortable. A loop that you have to struggle to make by squatting and twisting your body is uncomfortable for them to block. So don't use, "I can't do it," as an excuse. If you can't serve it, go practice.